Hello, it's Petra at Petra's Cauldron. I hope you're all doing good because I do very, very good. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not about cooking, but yes, it is about cooking, but on a different form of cooking. We are not actually cooking something here today, but I want to show you something else. I had a long chit chat just the other day with my best friend Holly, whose fault it is that I actually have this YouTube channel. Anyway, so we had a good talk about it, and she said to me, "But Petra, you know what? There are many people, they don't know what kitchen tools you're using, when you're preparing some things, or they don't know what herbs and spices you're using, and maybe some of them, they're confused and they think, oh my God, this is all very expensive and you cannot pay for this." And I thought, there she has a point. I mean, that is a point. A lot of people don't know what I'm actually using normally, for my dishes. So I have a base, and then you can, of course, spread out as I have done. But the base is what you got to have. And that is something you can get in time, when you start going more into Asian cooking with me, or you learn and pick up on Indian cooking, or even international cooking, So it's really, really easy to do. I want to show you now what tools I have, okay? So I'm going to flip this thing over. Excuse me, Greg is sleeping, so I got to do it myself here. And you know how that works, right? Hang on. Here. These are my tools. These are my tools I like to use, for measuring and all kinds of different things. And I show you what they're for. This is a very important one, and so is this. Actually, they're all very important tools. And here's a small picture on what I use for my cooking. I need cumin when I make hummus, when I cook Indian food, when I cook Moroccan or Lebanese, so what cumin, very important. I actually have organic one, but I ran out, so I showed this one here to show you. Black pepper, and I like to use the coarse one, not the very fine one, because it is, to me, it's more spicy. My Cajun style, it's a little bit spicy, but not so much. I use that in lots of chicken, and you can use it on beefs. And when I use my Petra burger, you can use that also in it. Complete. That is what I like to use too, and it's one of Greg's favorites, Complete. It's actually from the Latino side, and it is from this company here, Zatzon or whatever it's been called. I can't even pronounce it, but that is what it's used. Sometimes I don't have fresh lemon, so I'm using fresh lemon juice from a bottle, which is the same shit in purple. I also use Knorr for my chicken soups, some other brown gravies. When I make them, you gotta have them. Worcestershire sauce. I think I put on Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, I think that's right. We use that in Petra burgers, in gravies, in steaks, in different type of French peppercorn gravies, and steak sauce and stuff. Garam masala. I use that for my Indian cooking a lot, and I love it. I use it also in my Mediterranean cooking, so I go crisscross with this. And then this is my absolute favorite curry powder. So remember this one here with the Taj Mahal on front of it. That is absolutely delicious. It's not too spicy, but it's very, very aromatic, I like to say. Kashmiri chili powder. It's a little bit more from the spicy side. Greg made that little sign on top of it because it's too spicy for him. So be careful with this one around, but I use it a lot in Indian cooking, in Asian cooking, lots of it. And then, of course, now we're going into the Asian side, my organic soy sauce. I love my organic soy sauce. It's one of the staples. Hoisin sauce is another staple, and here you can see it. You can have time to write it down. Hoisin sauce. I'm not big into fish sauce and oyster sauce and stuff like this. Some recipes asking for it, and I use it. I have it, but it's not necessary. But hoisin sauce is kind of like an Asian barbecue style sauce. Very, very delicious. You cannot ever miss out on your black sesame seed oil. You got to have the black sesame seed oil. Very, very good. And a little bit just goes a long way. Yes, it costs $7.99, but this is something you can have in your staple for a very long time, very long time. And then one of my other favorite is the ground turmeric. You cannot miss out on that. I actually grow it in my backyard myself, and I show you how easy it is in one of the other videos when I do a video about regrowing stuff. And then Sambal. Oh my God, I'm crazy for sambal. Sambal comes out of the family of what's been called, it's more from the spicy side. It has, it's deep in flavor, is rich in flavor. I really, really like it. What's the name of it? Oh, damn, now I can't understand the name. Oh, well, whatever. So then, of course, Himalayan salt, lots of Himalayan salt. We also love our garlic. I grow my garlic alone in my backyard, and so my ginger. And this is something I'm going to explain to you what you can do with this. And also green onions. Absolute adorable, adorable, adorable. And I'll show you what you can do with that, okay? Oh, and I forgot. How can I forget my beloved coconut oil? Oh, I'm going to put it over here. There's my coconut oil, and that is a big jar. And it is, look, it's huge. 102 ounce, I think. And the price is $14.99, and I bought it at Big Lots. And it is very, very delicious. It's refined, and I love it. And then the other one, what I love, is my organic olive oil. I bought this here at BJ's, and it comes in 2-liter bottles. I think it's about $17, but it also goes a long way. So I use this one here. My olive oil I use for salads and for dressings, and my coconut oil I use for baking and frying, and if I need some extra oil in my pan, you know. So now it's time for you that I can show you what extra tools you need. So first of all, you need a big knife, something very sharp. Greg doesn't like to use my knife because it's extra super sharp, and I keep it that way. Very, very nice. That is what you need for shopping and stuff like this. You need one of those babies, you know, when you turn stuff around in your pan and skillets. And of course, you need one of those things, you know, to stir around. You see them all the time when I walk in my walk with this baby. Then you need a smaller carving knife, you know, when you have small things. Like, for instance, you know, I like to cut off this knob from my ginger. I go right here, cut it off, you know. So that's why you need small knives, and I like it pinpointed. That way, you know, I come into smaller areas. That is one of the things. You need a grater. You know, you need a grater for grating either way, a ginger or also your garlic. You know, you also grate it with that. But also cheese, you know, when you make Parmesan cheese, grated on carbonara or stuff like this, you know, that's why you need that. And this comes also from a Dollar Tree. You can get it from there, or you can get bigger ones, you know, so they come in different sizes. Now that is my lovely peeler. I love this peeler. Now get this one here. It goes in both directions, up and down. Look, this is awesome. I just love this one here. Up and down, look. Less work. So when you do a lot of, say, carrots or potatoes, you know, for soups, what I use a lot, and I use a lot of carrots, then this comes in handy. It goes from both sides. So make sure that you get that one. And now this is my other trusty one. In Asian kitchen and in salads, I like to use my carrots. Now, a lot of people, you know, they're very handy and they have tons of times on their hand, which I don't have, you know. They say, okay, you know what, I'm going to use a small julienne carrots. So when you're using those knives, the special ones, go with the clamp, hide your thumb behind this one here and hold it like this with your fingernails if you have some. And then you cut this off, put that aside. Always the knife, the sharp side away from you. Now this is what this one does, and I love it. So when I do salads or I do Asian cooking, I use this julienne maker. And look, I don't have to cut down small things, you know, so look at this. And it comes out that small, it breaks apart. Look at this. That's why I love it. It breaks apart. See? They look nice in soups. They look nice in salads. I make them in my Asian cooking when it goes into my wok. This is one of the perfect things. This is also pennies. This is probably $2 or something like this. And you can go like that. I mean, you can do a whole big carrot in absolutely no time. Look at that. So and if you need them now more, much more smaller, then you just take your knife keep them all in one direction, and then you do this walking number. See? Now you have very tiny things when you do spring rolls, you know. In time, I show you how to make my spring rolls. And summertime is coming around. They are so refreshing and so delicious. Oh my God. And see how tiny it is? Now you have absolutely no work. This takes you less than 2 minutes. Now that is insane. So that is one of the things, one of the other tools I have. And now we're going to go to the bigger tools. I'll show you now my bigger tools. This thing here. Hang on. It's not easy for me to do. Okay, I hope it stands still. Before we go to our big tools, I want to show you something else, very important part. Now this is a ginger. So this piece, if you put that ginger thingy here, you know, which comes from a store, I buy it organic, and you put it into dirt just like this with little knobs up, guess what you're going to have? Ginger. In about 8 months to a year, depends on the climate where you're living in. I mean, I'm here in Central Florida, so for me, we have the perfect weather condition for that. From this little thing, it can give me about 10 pounds of ginger. So for people who are on the budget, just like me, you know, I don't like to spend money if I don't have to. For me, it's very important that I have a lot of ginger at my house at all times. I'm going to make a big different segment on that, on ginger, what it does, but you can also Google it on YouTube, what ginger is on health benefits. So this is really, really good. So now I'm not going to plant this. I'm going to click this open. So you have the spoon, and I showed you this one here. See here, it has little knobs on the side here. So this is how I clean it. So you just scrape it. See here? That way you don't lose too much of your beautiful ginger, because you want to keep it. See here? And now you can use it in your teas. You can chop it tiny, slightly, you know. So, and because this is a grapefruit spoon, and because it has the little knobs here, and it is so pointed, you can go in nooks, you know, so you can go in the middle into nooks. So you got the point, right? So class on that is over. Then garlic, that's another part. You can see here my garlics, they come green little things out. I break them off, every single one of those. I break them off, and then I plant them into the dirt with the little green things up. And guess what I'm getting? Garlic, lots of garlic, beautiful. So the other part is this one here. When you go to the store and you're looking for the green scallops, this is what it is. They come in little plastic bags. They're like 89 cents for a whole bag. It's very inexpensive. So I take them out and I put them into a water jar right away. See here, and it comes out with roots. Now I cut this off about 3 finger wide. Cut it off like this. So now this baby goes back into the water. Actually, it can go into the ground because it has already roots, and it will give you endless green onions. So you pay only one time 89 cents and you will have tons of green onions all year round. Now when we cook Asian food, I like to show you how I chop it. You can chop it in big, always like that, in an angle. See here? So it looks really nice. So you got this nice little edges. So it looks nice in salads, it looks nice in stews. So and if you want to do it smaller, then you do it smaller. If you do it for spring rolls, and see how beautiful that looks. That is just a little technique. Look. And it's so simple to make. Look. It's a beautiful little technique. So that's what I wanted to show you too before I go over. And then of course I forgot to show you my avocado oil for salads. Neutral in taste, very high burned. So if you want to fry something on a quick, you know, like you make schnitzels or something else where you need high heat, this is the thing what you want to have. So I absolutely love that. And now we are back on my big vessels. This is my wok. I make most of my stuff in my wok. I even can make soups in it. Sometimes I use the big pot, depends on for how many people I cook my soups, but I can do that here. You can make your potatoes in here. A wok is very versatile. I just love my wok, and I do a lot of Asian food in here. I just love it. And then you need a very good high skillet. And by the way, I never wash them out with dishwasher soap because they're all seasoned. That way nothing will stick on them. This is so perfect. I do it with my wok. and I do it with my skillet. So those are my big cooking vessels. And there you have it. Now you know most of that part. Now if you want to go very luxurious, then you go a step up, which is a little bit more input on money what you have to pay in, but for elderly people who are on a budget, or young people who are just starting out and learning how to cook, this is the basic what you gotta have. Then you can upgrade it to this. You can upgrade it to a kitchen machine. I do have the KitchenAid, but you can get it also sometimes at a thrift store. You get it very inexpensive. That is something really cool. And I do have this machine here, my food processor. I love that. And I have a big one that's for 14 cups. That is very, very handy. And I love mine. I even make my breads in here, and things like that. And then I have this little handy dandy thing. You have seen it already. And I have grinded some cheese for my son, my dog. So see, here goes the cheese in. And you can also store some in here. And then you turn over this wheel here and the cheese comes out here. And then, of course, my air fryer. So air fryer is a very important part. So if you want to be fat-free, oil-free, and all that kind of stuff, and want to live very healthy, this is what I recommend, an air fryer. And it doesn't matter what company the air fryer comes from. So it's very important that you get one of those things, if you want to be healthy. Now, diabetic people and me as a pre-diabetic, this is a very important part. I don't like to fry a whole lot of stuff because it brings my blood sugar up and all that bullshit. Nobody needs that. So try to get yourself a nice air fryer. It's still nice and crispy and it works fantastic, and it doesn't matter what company it comes from, okay? So if you found any value in my video from today, please like and subscribe and ring the little bell, so that you make sure that you never miss a video of mine, because I never know what comes out of my cauldron. Well, this came out of my cauldron today. And I was walking around and I said, Holly's right, I should be making a video on it. And I'm so happy I did. I hope you liked it. Like I said, like, subscribe, share it for people who are just starting out how to learn how to cook, and make sure that they get the message. That would be helpful. And as you can see, it's not costing a whole lot. A lot of things you can get even at the thrift store if you have to, it depends how big your wallet is. But my wallet is not very big, so I always make sure I get my stuff very inexpensive. So I like to say thank you. Oops, mating time for the cranes. See you later, alligator. Cheers, and thank you for stopping by and subscribing.